You may have seen Aaron Judge's interview this week where he said he does not plan to file a lawsuit against the Dodgers for injuries he suffered back in June when he hurt himself at Dodger Stadium. But are you curious to know how that lawsuit would have turned out if he did file it? So watch this video and I'll tell you how I think Aaron would have fared if he brought that lawsuit. My name is Dennis Ryan. I'm a personal injury attorney in New York, and I represent people who have been injured in trip and fall accidents, car accidents, and construction accidents. So most baseball fans may be familiar with the Aaron Judge incident. Back on June 3rd, he was playing right field for the Yankees in Dodger Stadium when he went back to make a catch and injured himself when he crashed through the wall in right field. So Aaron Judge actually tore a ligament in his toe when he hit that toe into the wall that separated the bullpen from the field of play. Now, some people may think of this as just being a part of the game and a freak accident that could happen to anyone. But there could have potentially been a lawsuit that Aaron could have filed if he proved that there was a known risk that the Dodgers knew about and concealed from him and other players who were using the field. Now, as many of you know, Aaron Judge signed a $300+ million contract last year, so he's set financially, and because of that, he didn't have to bring a lawsuit. But if he did choose to bring a lawsuit, he could have received money for his pain and suffering, as well as any bonuses or other money that he lost because he had to sit out due to these injuries. Now, in this particular case, Aaron Judge may need surgery on his toe. Now, for most people, a toe injury may not be a big deal, but for a professional athlete like Aaron Judge, it directly affects his livelihood. Fortunately for Aaron Judge, he had a guaranteed contract that paid him millions of dollars. Most people do not have that luxury, which is why it's important for anyone else who's injured in a sports activity to speak with an attorney to find out what their options are. Now, we have no way of knowing if Aaron Judge would have won that lawsuit, but we can tell you that there have been instances in the past where professional baseball players have brought lawsuits for injuries that they suffered on the field of play. And one notable example is the case of Dustin Fowler, who is actually a former Yankee who brought a lawsuit for an injury that took place in the city of Chicago when he was playing the White Sox. So back in June 29th of 2017, Dustin Fowler suffered a serious knee injury when he collided with the concealed electrical box at what was then called US Cellular Field in Chicago. And sadly for Mr. Fowler, this was actually the day that he made his major league debut. Now, he ended up having to be carted off the field and had a season-ending surgery for his ruptured right patellar tendon. Now, after this accident happened, Dustin Fowler spoke with the lawyer and ended up filing a lawsuit in Cook County, Chicago. And in that lawsuit, Mr. Fowler claimed that the Chicago White Sox did not properly install that metal box or warn players about it. The suit also alleged that the White Sox and the ISFA failed to adequately inspect the right field wall in the box. Now, this case eventually settled for an undisclosed number, but what we do know is that in the particular case, what Mr. Fowler had to prove was that there was a defect that the defendants knew about and failed to properly address. And it's important to remember that it's not just professional athletes who suffer injuries on the playing field. Many amateur players in the city of New York and the surrounding areas can often suffer injuries if the field they're playing on is not adequately protected. What's very important to do is speak to an attorney right away, because they will often have to go to the field, inspect it, and take photographs to determine whether the injury that you suffered is one that you would have the right to receive money from under the law. So if you or anyone you know has been injured in a sporting activity, please reach out to us. These are the type of cases that we've handled in the past, and we can help you guide you through the process. If you've liked what you've seen in this video, please make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you get updated as to all future videos on New York personal injury law. I'm Dennis Ryan, a personal injury attorney here in New York, and I'll see you on the next video.